Hey, what's up, guys? I'm here with one of my boys, Jordan. Jordan, for the audience who aren't familiar with who you are, can you just give us a very brief run through, like, of your career, where you played, how old you are, how you met me, just a little bit about yourself for the audience.
What's good? My name is Jordan. I originally come from Spain, but spent most of my time in the UK. Football-wise, I've played in a lot of Sunday league clubs, but my major one was definitely QPR. I played for QPR for a season, and then I came here to Spain in Alcorcon, and yeah, it's been a nice experience here. I met Ali through Alcorcon also here in Spain. I was able to train with him, and throughout this whole season that's about to finish, it's been a good season with him and a good experience also in terms of in football and outside of football.
So that's a bit about Jordan. Like he said, we met each other through the same club. We both played for Alcorcon here in Spain, Madrid. We met about 9, 10 months ago. Uh, we actually lived together in the same residence. So, before I met Jordan, I didn't obviously know much about him. All I knew that he was from UK, played in clubs like QPR, and he's a very talented footballer. And I've got to know him a lot more through living together, playing football together. And we just wanted to make this quick video going about his experience of training with me, working with me, and just having that whole experience across the last 10 months of living and playing football together here in Spain. So just wanted to ask you a few questions if that's okay with you.
Yeah, no problem.
So first thing, like when you arrived and we were living in the residence together, like what was your initial thoughts of me, like as a person, as a footballer? What did you initially think?
Well, first of all, even before coming to the house, I was told that I was going to be playing with older people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my first thought that, okay, I'm going to have to learn from these guys a lot because I'm way younger than all of them. And when I first met you, you seemed like quite chilled about, introducing me to the house, introducing me to the guys,
Mm-hmm.
making me feel welcome. And then ever since then, it's been good. You know, good link up on the pitch. The first training sessions, even
Yeah.
like you could see that we were gonna work well together because everything just seemed good.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the exact same, more or less. And one thing I wanted to ask, obviously, like in the beginning of the season, when the trainings first started, I remember like you weren't the type of person to go to the gym. Did you really like have a schedule for the gym before you came to Spain, or was it like your first time kind of getting into the routine of going to the
I had some sort of schedule
gym?
in terms of going to the gym, but it was more of a home gym type of thing
Yeah,
instead of actually getting up to go to the gym, lifting weights. It
yeah,
was more of a, let's say, calisthenics. Let's say.
okay, yeah.
And yeah, ever since I was introduced to the gym here, it's been good. I've seen a lot of improvements. Just before, the problem was that I didn't really believe that gym could make you faster. I felt like it could make you feel slower.
Right.
That's what I felt.
Yeah, I mean, it's normal. It's a common thought that a lot of young footballers have. They think going to the gym, lifting weights makes them slow and unathletic. But Jordan here is a prime example. I'm here as a prime example that it's quite literally a myth. And, as someone who's put on how much, 10 kilograms of muscle since
Yeah,
you started going,
around
10
10,
months ago, you started going to the gym consistently with me, with some of the boys in the house. And since you put on how much of muscle?
around 12 to 13 kilograms.
That's in 10 months, that's almost a kilogram whole month of each month, which is quite a lot. Going from a skinny version of himself to a lot more lean, athletic, bulky physique now, which he was able to put on because he changed his diet, because he was going to the gym more consistently. Would you say that has had a negative impact on your performance, or it had a positive impact on your performance going to the gym more consistently?
I believe physically and also mentally, it's positively impacted me in terms of my footballing ability. First of all, physically, because obviously I'm lifting more weights, I'm able to, let's say, push defenders off the ball, or mm, my grounding when I'm running, for example, it's a bit
Mm-hmm.
more explosive. I'm a bit more explosive now. And in terms of mentality, it's just being disciplined, consistency, going to the gym every day, whatever. If I don't want to, even if I don't want to go to the gym, I still have to.
Yeah.
The same with training. If I don't want to be at training because I may have some sort of injury or whatever, or I just don't feel like it, I
Mm-hmm.
still have to do it anyway. So
Yeah.
that's what it's helped me with.
Absolutely, it can help with lots and lots of different things. That's just a touch on the gym aspect, which I want to emphasize because I've seen the amount of progress that you made in the last 10 months. Another progress that I saw in you, like personally living with you, training with you, was nutrition. You know where I'm about to go with this?
Yes.
So, for those of you guys, I think you might want to explain for yourself. What were you eating like on an average day about 9, 10 months ago before you met me, and like what are you eating now? What does your average day of eating look like now?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. My eating habits, it wasn't the best. When I came to the house, I was regularly eating processed foods that were like microwavable. Those ones that just don't have to cook and they're just
Full of
pre-made.
microplastics, eh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
pre-made.
lots of
Uh,
microplastics that could be absorbed into the testicles, into the bloodstream, and all sorts of dangerous. I know it might be funny, but like this is the harsh truth with lots of
yeah,
footballers,
of course.
and I'm sure like microwavable foods. What else?
Um, a lot of I used to eat 12 toasts with like
12 toasts.
12 toasts in the morning before I went to training with a couple snacks on the side.
That's quite literally carb maxing. Hey,
Yeah.
12 slices of toast before training. And like, let me ask you this: what was the thought procedure behind eating 12 pieces of toast? Like, what were you aiming for in terms of performance when you ate those slices of bread?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. Um, I wasn't really thinking of what I was eating. I
Mm-hmm.
was just making sure that if it tasted good and it filled me up,
Yeah,
and I was able to play,
yeah,
then that was fine.
absolutely.
But now that um, I grew a bit older, understanding more a bit about nutrition and all of that, I've seen that it's very important to be eating good foods because you can never know if you eat the wrong foods, it could potentially get you a cramp in a game, for example. It's very
Exactly.
important. So yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. And how important would you say nutrition is in terms of your overall performance? Obviously, you put on 10 kilograms because of one of the changes that we made. Like you've gone to the gym more consistently, but we've added a lot more high quality animal meats and fats into your diet, such as eggs, such as red meat,
yeah,
fish. We're going out to eat sushi a lot more often.
yeah.
How important would you say those high quality nutrient dense foods are for your performance and well being?
Well, I was able to maintain myself more on the pitch because I'm gonna be honest. Before, when I was playing in QPR, I used to be known for getting a lot of cramps very quickly. I wasn't a player who used to last on the ball, like because naturally I'm an explosive player, and explosive players they tend to not last long. And I wanted to last long. I wanted to be a player that lasted long and was explosive.
Yeah,
But what I needed for that was my nutrition to be good, and that's the problem I had, my nutrition. So when I fixed it, I noticed the difference. I was able to be explosive and last a full 90 minutes without having any cramps, any problems. And yeah, I was able to get good zinc intakes, good
mm-hmm.
magnesium intakes, all of this to help testosterone even help me a lot throughout my footballing career, 100%.
Exactly, exactly. And that's a very good point Jordan just made because lots of players are athletically driven purely from genetics, but they can also enhance later throughout their life through training. They have a lot more of the naturally um, consistent compound fast twitch muscle fibers. Some people have more fast twitch muscle fibers than other people. Some people have more slow twitch muscle fibers. Slow twitch muscle fibers are good for aerobic fitness, going on 5 kilometer runs, marathon runners, all this stuff. And the fast twitch is for sprinters, more adaptable for football. Jordan obviously has a lot more fast twitch muscle fibers, which means that he is more prone to getting these cramps. So that's why it's even more important to dial in his nutrition and his training to make sure that he's eating towards healthy joints, healthy tendons, and healthy connective tissues through foods like raw fish, red meat, eggs, all this stuff. As well as training that will minimize the chance of getting cramps. And I wanted to ask you, have you gotten cramps since in those last few months since you made those changes?
No, not at all.
And that's when you see the difference of implementing the real systems with your nutrition, with your training, and the difference it makes in your performance. So I wanted to ask you just two questions, Jordan, to end this off.
Yeah.
Obviously, as a relatively young footballer yourself, who has played in the professional academy, who wants to go play in the biggest stages of the world, what is the biggest, most important lesson that you can give to other young aspiring footballers right now that they could walk away with today that would affect their career in a really positive way? In one sentence or multiple sentences, what would you give first?
I'd say no matter how behind you think you are, No matter how bad you think you are in terms of mm, you're you're a less person than this guy. You're this guy's better player than you. All of this. If you feel really bad and you don't feel like you're doing well, keep trying. Trust me, there could be so many players 10 times better than you. But the difference is that you keep trying and they lay back because they think they have it all. If you keep trying, trust me, and you keep consistent, it'll create almost perfection.
I agree.
So that's the advice I give.
That's a great piece of advice, in my opinion. And have you ever heard of the saying, comparison is a thief of joy?
Yes,
Do you agree with that statement as well? Comparing yourself to other people as opposed to comparing yourself to you yesterday.
100%. Because it puts you down, even regardless if that person is worse than you or better than you. You shouldn't be comparing yourself to anyone else but yourself because the only real competition is you.
Yeah,
The,
absolutely.
the only mental battles you're having is against yourself in the game, not against your other teammates. Yeah, your other teammates can be, I don't know, you make a bad pass, they start saying things here, whatever. That doesn't matter because at the end of the day, it's you. What matters to you, what you believe was right. If this pass was right, if the shot was right, if diving in this area was right.
Hmm.
At the end of the day, you have to stick with your beliefs and you have to focus on yourself.
Well said, well said. So, last question before we end this. What would you, what would the feedback that you would give to the system that you have implemented over the last 7, 8 months of working and living with me and training with me? How would you leave a comment on those systems in terms of the impact it had on your performance?
Like, what do you mean?
Like the changes in your sleep, changes in your daily habits, your nutrition, your training in the gym. Like,
Okay.
how big of an impact did those systems have in shaping you the player that you are today?
Well, I'd say you take it from me. I used to be a player that just wanted to play football. Nutrition wasn't really a priority. Gym wasn't really a priority. I just wanted to play. Education wasn't really a priority. I just wanted to play, and I knew I was good at it. But now looking back, please, please take care of your nutrition. Very important. Trust me, this nutrition will get you far in itself. Out of football, in the football, it doesn't matter. Nutrition will get you far if you treat your health right. Sleep is also very important. Very important. It depends on your performance. It depends how sharp you think. It depends on practically your whole day. If you sleep good, you're probably gonna have a good day. If you wake up good in the morning, you're gonna have a good day, and that's you're most likely to have that. And finally, make sure you have a plan B because you never know. You could you could be on top of the world right now. You never know. Your downfall could be tomorrow. You don't know. Just make sure you always have that plan B. Be ready for anything because opportunities can come left and right. You don't know when they're gonna come. You just have to be prepared for anything.
Absolutely right. I agree with everything, and that's a great way to put it. Yeah, in that case, it was a pleasure having this interview. Hopefully, this was a very valuable video for you guys. Comment below what you think, guys. Comment below what video ideas we should implement in the future, and we'll see you in the next one.